Okay, let's continue with our sunset. So, make a new texture, call this smoke, and what I'm going to do is delete the principal shader and add in a mix shader. Go into the surface here. We're going to add the transparent shader, and let's go with diffuse. Actually, no, let's go with emission, because it's going to be faded quite a bit, like that. And we need to create some transparency, so we can go noise texture again and go into a color ramp. Plug that into the factor. Oh, come on. And then just have a look at this. So you can see what it's trying to achieve here. Might turn down the scale a bit. I just want to double check that I applied the scale. Pretty sure I did. But yes, I did apply the scale. Okay, good. Add a bit of distortion. And I'm just going to crush some of this black and white. I'm going to make it 0.4. Like that. And it's looking pretty good, but we need to add in, like, it's got these harsh edges, so we need to create gradient texture. Set this to a spherical. So if you look at this, it's looking awkward. That's because we haven't added any data to this. So texture coordinates will do the trick. Plug that into the vector and this as well. Convert this into a mixed RGB node. So this to multiply like that, and just plug all of this in to our surface. So it's looking pretty good. Just turn this all the way up. I might just crush some of that, and I might just bring this all the way down, just a touch. Okay, so that's looking not too bad. Yes, okay. So what we can do now is like use this as an object to render as an object. So I might just shut off my cube here and go into the top view. Okay, so we can add in, go back, Shift S, cursor toward origin, and go into plane here, scale it up, Control A, apply the scale, and we'll add in a new particle system. Hair advance, going to render as object, and we'll select the smoke plane. So you can see now it's emitting as a smoke plane. We can just turn up the scale of these planes, scale random, rotation, make it on global Z, just randomize the faces here. Like that, and we'll just change it to like 700. Now we just need to adjust some of these. So I'm just going to go into weight paint mode, and I'm just going to start painting on top of this. So we can just turn up the radius. Oh wait, I haven't subdivided. So just subdivide this. Just turn that all the way up. Okay, and just once more. Okay, cool. Alright, now we can weight paint this. So let's just along here. And like that. Okay, go into object mode. We're going to use that weight paint we just created. So I might just call this density. Just go back into here, go into the vertex groups, select the density we used. So now the planes will only emit where the heat or the density we created. So that's looking pretty good. And if we go into the rendered view, you can see it looking all janky and stuff, but that's okay because we're going to set this noise, or light path, sorry, transparent to 128. And we still got this material, so we can just uncheck emitter, and we'll just give this a new material, set the alpha down. Okay, and we'll just lower this. Okay, we can even just like turn up the scale for the objects here. Scale random, like that. Okay, so that's looking not too bad. Definitely going to slow down your render time, but to maybe speed it up, we can just like go into visibility, turn all of this off, and just leave the camera on. Okay, so let's turn on the cube, and let's just do a quick preview of this. Okay, so this is the final render. It's only at 32 samples, so it's not looking too bad. We might add a little bit of more displacement on the water, definitely fix up this sand going on, and I might just adjust the composition for these rocks here. So that's what we'll do. So let's do the easiest part. I'm just going to get rid of all this because it's going to slow down my render time. Okay, I spelled the sand wrong. And I'll just call this smoke emitter. Turn that off. Alright, so let's just adjust the composition for this. So I might just move these across a little bit. Like that. And what else? We can just adjust the water a bit. Might turn this, might double it. That. It's looking through maybe 3. It's not looking too bad. And I'll adjust this water here, so I just want to bring these points up, and I might just extend that out. So something like that looks okay. And I might add a displacement to this. So displace and add a new texture. And we'll just go with the clouds texture. And we'll definitely reduce the strength here. So like 0.15. I'll just smooth this out a little bit. Okay, maybe 0.1. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's just have a look at this now. Okay, it's not looking too bad at the moment. I might just rotate this up on the Y, just so that we can get some of that sky in. Nice. Okay. Let's go into the compositing tab. Just use nodes. We got this render that we used, so we can just go ahead and go into the viewer and just set that up. Okay, so hit V and Alt V, it will just adjust your render. So I'm gonna make this a glare. I'll get the glare, sorry. And I think the one that suited well was fog glow. And I think I turned down the threshold a little bit to get that little bit of brightness. And I'll set this to high. And I can't remember what the mix did. Okay, set that to 0. Like that. And turn that size up. So we get that some of that backlight. Maybe turn into an RGB curves. Just give this a little bit of contrast. And just go into the hue and just plug that down to like 0.95. Okay, I think one last thing I forgot to do is just add in some lights to this. So I've got my light here. Just gonna make it a sunlight. And it's working way too intense, so drop that down to like 2. Like that. Get some backlight happening here. Maybe 3. What's it look like in camera view? Okay, let's just keep adjusting this light until you get the vibe you want. So I think 8 looks pretty good to me. Maybe 7. Let's go with 6. Okay, it's not looking too bad. And let's just render this out so that I can update with our composite with the GPU. So let's plug this in here to the composite. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so this is the final result I got. This is rendered at 32 samples, so it's a little low res, but see, it's not looking too bad here. I think I might want to make these closer so you can get some of that backlight, but we'll just leave it as it is for now. So once you're done, you can just go ahead and save your image, and we'll do some compositing in After Effects. Okay, so now that we have our rendered image in place, we can go ahead and start compositing some stuff. So first thing I want to do is add a glow to this. So I'm going to click Control Y and just make it black. I'm going to call this flare. And I'm going to use optical flares, but you can use in the built-in lens flare. This is the built-in one for AE. You can use this, but I'm just going to use optical flares. Go into the options. And let's have a look here. I might use, I think the fast sun was the one I used. Or was it rim light? Let's mix it up a bit. I might use this real sun or this sun digital. Yeah, let's use that and we'll make it dirty. Hit OK. Set this to screen. And we'll set this to about here. It's pretty good. And I turn down the brightness and scale. Like that. So we just have that. Actually, I might add in some of that rim inside. So streaks. I might add in some streaks. Like that. Maybe a bit of a glint as well. So that we get that nice. And I'm going to use, can't really see the texture in, so I'm going to add it manually. And I'm just going to go into ellipse tool here. Just draw a mask around this. And feather it out. Quite a large amount. say about 400. And we'll set this to screen. What does it look like on ad? Screen's good enough. And like that. It's pretty good. And we can even add a final curves adjustment. Just add a bit of red to this. Take away some blue. Maybe play with the green channel a little bit. Tints. Just desaturate this. Like that. And I might put the flare on top. Okay, that's not looking too bad. And you can go always ahead and just adjust some of this. So even add like a little bit of contrast to this. The flare, I might add a bit of a tint of orange or yellowish to this. Just a touch. And we can even add a little bit of camera lens blur. So the camera lens blur. And we'll repeat edge pixels. Might make it about up here is pretty good. So to subtract, feather that out. Just to give it that extra camera lens blur. Okay, and you can just start adjusting this. I might just make this anything above the sand where our eyes want to be drawn into. So something like that is pretty good. And what it looks like, it doesn't really matter. And just make this a little organized. Okay, one final thing is I might even add a bit of a color correction to our scene here. Just darken this a bit. And just add a bit of curve tint to this, maybe like 10%. Okay, cool. But anyway, guys, that's it for the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from this. But other than that, guys, my name's David. I hope you learned interesting techniques that you can use for your own creations. Please give a like if you like this video so people can find it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and be sure to hit that bell button to get the notifications. And comment down below if you have any questions. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.